The cost of living rose in December, the annual inflation rate climbing to 2.4%. That's higher than many economists had expected. Okay, let's dive deeper into those numbers now with business analyst Kris McCusker. And Kris, it's food prices that remain stubbornly high.
And so much so that Dr. Sylvain Charlebois, who is known as the food professor, has dubbed Canada as the food inflation capital of the G7.
And that's not a good distinction to have.
No, we don't want that title, but here are the numbers. Charlebois points out that food prices in Canada rose 6.2% year over year in December. That is the most since 2023. One other notable number here, gas prices dropped by about 14%. So sort of a missed opportunity here. As well, food inflation in the U.S. at 3.1%. So in Canada, it's twice what the U.S. is seeing. The biggest spikes in December, meat, fish, and vegetables, along with coffee, which has been a problem for months. So some of the issues are global factors, climate change, supply issues, weakness in our dollar, things we can't really control. But Charlebois is saying that January might actually be worse.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's hard on people's pocketbooks. Now, there are some caveats here, especially when you take into consideration the GST holiday a year ago.
Right. So it's not really an apples to apples comparison, more like apples to oranges. So that's one factor. But I mean, the food prices are still, this has been a trend over the last couple of months. We have seen this. Now, if you're hoping for an interest rate cut by the Bank of Canada on January the 28th, don't hold your breath.
Not going to happen.
No, the Bank of Canada very likely to look past this inflation report. In fact, markets and economists are expecting our central bank will hold steady. The rates at 2.25% for most of the year. Chances for a January cut, about 1%. It's not great. No. One other thing I'm going to highlight here, the Supreme Court in the U.S. could rule on the legality of Donald Trump's tariffs tomorrow or Wednesday. So that very likely to change the game on interest rates going forward, depending on the outcome.
It will be so interesting to see the implications of that.
Yes.
Kris McCusker, thank you very much, as always.
Thank you.
That is our Kris McCusker, business analyst.